You've been told that aging skin needs more actives, more exfoliation, more products. What if everything you've been sold is actually aging you faster? If having to use so many products actually de-aged the skin or got rid of wrinkles, not a single person on the planet would have wrinkles given the amount of products that everybody's using now. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Nadia, your guide to the science of functional beauty and how to age you best naturally. We're not here to fight skin, we're here to fuel it. After nearly 30 years in the beauty industry, I've seen the same pattern. People spending hundreds of dollars every month chasing anti-aging results only to end up with thin skin, sensitized skin, and inflammation to the point where they cannot tolerate any more skincare. I've seen it time and time again. So in today's video, we're cutting through the noise. You'll learn what actually reverses aging, what's backed by research, what's safe for your barrier, and what to toss from your daily routine. And if you want more in-depth evidence-based guidance, become a member to this channel or a VIP on the beautydoctrine.com. It helps support all the efforts that my team and I are doing to bring you unbiased skincare advice. All right, first topic I want to tackle is why we age in the first place and why dermatologists miss half the story, maybe more. Aging skin isn't just about birthdays or genetics. It is about energy loss. Your mitochondria slowing down, your collagen breaking down faster than your body can rebuild, and your lipid barrier losing its armor. And what are dermatologists telling us? They say it's the sun. They primarily blame it on the sun. And then they ask you to buy sunscreen, Azelaic acid, vitamin C, and retinoids, essentially supporting all of their sponsors. And here's what they're missing. We can't blame them too much because in the medical industry, there isn't an education on how internal factors, they just kind of skip over all the parts where lifestyle and diet contribute to aging. Here are some of the things that they miss. They're missing that chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, breaking down your collagen. Lack of sleep lowers growth hormone, the molecule that repairs tissue. Sugar spikes literally caramelize your collagen through the process that's called glycation. And most of their recommendations, which are pretty harsh, all this medical grade skincare, keeps your skin in a constant state of inflammation, which is aging. So before you think you need another serum, we need to repair the foundation. All right, let's talk about light, the most underrated anti-aging tools, and how sunlight is very misunderstood. It's essentially the scapegoat in the anti-aging conversation. We've all heard it, avoid sunlight at all costs, and look where we are. We are indoors, surrounded with all kinds of artificial light. And those are the real culprits of aging, not sunlight that infuses us with vitamin D, energy, regulates our circadian rhythm, and so on. Everything has been flipped on its head by the beauty industry, and we're here to correct course. Exposure to morning and sunset light regulates your hormones, your nitric oxide, your circadian rhythm, all essential for longevity and keeping you youthful and vibrant. So here's what I do, and I recommend you do as well. Avoid chemical sunscreens at all costs. They actually are introducing all kinds of toxic chemicals, hormonal disruptors, carcinogens into our bodies. Instead, get a tinted mineral SPF that's based on zinc oxide. You can check my website for recommendations, and that's thebeautydoctrine.com. Apply on the face and a non-tinted one on the neck, and then leave other parts of the body exposed and go out there in the sun to get that vitamin D and get that regulation with the sun. And whether it's raining outside, whether you decide to be indoors or outdoors, whatever your routine is or your schedule for the day is, you cannot skip that mineral SPF because is protecting you even more when you are indoors, surrounded by your computer, your phone, overhead lights, and all these aggressors that are truly aging your skin. But not all artificial light is bad. There is one that's a game changer, and that's red light therapy. And I'm talking about red light therapy panels, not masks. I find them to be the future of non-invasive age reversal. I did a full video on the benefits of red light therapy. Do not miss it. I just posted it last week, and I will link it down below as well. But to quickly summarize some of the benefits of red light therapy, it's going to re-energize your mitochondria, which we need to maintain energy, to continue to repair, and to remain youthful. It's going to stimulate your collagen production, improve skin density, and reduce fine lines. It also helps with hair growth. Red light therapy requires no downtime, no irritation, no gimmicks. That's truly how you age backwards, and no office appointments needed. You don't need to go in for that Botox or filler or all these things that have a long list of negative side effects. Now, let's talk about the method that I devised that puts your barrier first, because that's so important. If your barrier is compromised, you're always going to be struggling. You're going to be sensitized. You cannot benefit even from those expensive medical grade products you're being talked to by your dermatologist. Let's first establish if your skin burns, peels, or flakes. That's not progress. That's not anti-aging. That is trauma. At the Beauty Doctrine, I teach the TBD method of application, and that's a 5-step routine that heals, protects, and rebuilds your skin. And that's including your cleanser. They're so simple. I have a TBD method link in the comments below, but essentially it's a very gentle cleanse. That's how you always start, whether it's AM or PM. You follow by a mineral mist, then a water-based serum that has all your actives. We don't need to be layering a ton of different serums, just one. And the 4th step is going to be an oil-based serum that's going to trap that moisture and those actives into the skin. And the final step is to protect. During the day, protection means SPF. At night, protection means an occlusive or heavier type moisturizer that's going to seal everything in. There are a few other products that I would probably add to some of my clients depending on their concerns. So let's say they're fighting pigmentation. I might throw in an additional anti-pigmentation product with ingredients such as tranexamic acid or powerful niacinamide and so on. But when you stick to those 5 steps, you are guaranteed to be taking care of your skin well, as long as you are not going with mainstream products that are filled with fragrance, carcinogens, hormonal disruptors, irritants, and so on. So find my top picks on the beautydoctrine.com. Now, let's quickly go through actives that work without destroying your barrier. First one is niacinamide. I love niacinamide, but it's got a kick to it. So you really got to watch your percentage. I love it for supporting that barrier repair. It reduces inflammation. It reduces pigmentation also. It's great for acne. It's great for eczema, for so many skin issues. It has also been shown to reduce the effects of glycation, which causes that hardening of our elastin and collagen, reducing the sallowness that's attached to it as well. What is the sweet spot for a percentage? On my website, I added 3%, 5%, and 15%. 15% is pretty aggressive. I recommend that to solid skin for pigmentation. 5% is great. It's got some great peptides mixed in, and then 3% would be your choice if you are ultra sensitive, if you're just looking to repair your barrier. Next is lactic acid. It's one of my absolute favorite exfoliating alpha hydroxy acids. It's naturally found in our bodies. It's also hydrating. So our skin does well with it if it's in the right range. So it needs to be on the lower end. 5 to 7% is plenty. I've seen formulas on the market that are sold to consumers that are 30%. That is outrageous. That's just going to cause issues. So stick with a lower percentage. I love it in a mask such as Holy Bright. Also, mandelic acid can be really great. It's even more gentle than lactic acid. The next active that's phenomenal that I hope every single person is using because it helps anti-aging, pigmentation, protecting the skin from free radicals and so on. Although most of the formulations on the market have L-ascorbic acid, which is the harsh ingredient, it's the harsh vitamin C, it's also very sensitizing. So we want stable formulas such as THD or MAP. Next on the list is peptides. Peptides are kind of overhyped in the beauty industry. They're not going to replace Botox. They're not going to rebuild your bone, but they will help hydrate. They'll help plump and also support your elasticity. So they're skin allies, but not miracle workers. So instead of being fixated on getting those peptide serums, make sure to get enough protein in your diet and enough collagen. That protein and that collagen will break down into peptides within your body if you have a healthy digestive system. All right, next on the list are gram-active retinoids or Bakuchiol. I love these. Actually, these can be somewhat adjacent to miracle workers, especially gram-active retinoids, because they help with skin tightening, they help with cell renewal without inflammation or prescription retinoids. Again, if your skincare burns in order for it to work, it's not working for you, it's working against you. All right, I prepared a list of things that I just want you to skip. They are overhyped these days and they cost a fortune. And trust me, they're not going to do much for your skin. Exosomes, PDRN, and growth factors, all the hype I cannot believe. There's hardly any clinical safety data. There is a major regulatory gray zone with all three and the unnecessary risk with very minimal results. Next on the bad ingredient list is your hydroquinone and benzoyl peroxide. They both disrupt your microbiome, cause potentially rebound hyperpigmentation, and are toxic to your skin and to your body. The next ingredient that could potentially be the absolute worst, and because it's such a mystery, is fragrance or parfum. So that is an umbrella term. It can hide a lot of chemicals that can be very toxic to your body. So a brand can choose to put 2,000 chemicals if they wanted to under the one term fragrance. And regardless of that, so let's say it's a brand that doesn't care to hide anything. They're not hiding chemicals in that word. It still can be very disruptive to your hormones and even being a carcinogen if that fragrance has phthalates, which are used in most fragrances, and phthalates are fixatives. That's what makes a fragrance linger and last on your skin. So bottom line, say no to fragrance. If you see natural fragrance on there, and there are some products that actually make 100% natural fragrance that they use in their skincare products, those are made with essential oils. There is also an area where you have to be very careful. If they use citrus oils, they can cause pigmentation. Lavender oil can have hormonal effects, so I don't recommend it for males specifically because it's very estrogenic. So you have to really know what fragrance you're using. The other fragrance that can be really bad is musks. So you want to stay away from synthetic musks as far as possible. Next is synthetic sunscreens or those chemical filters. Many of them are filled with benzene, which is a known carcinogen. Many of them are known sensitizers also, especially if inhaled. So we want to stay away from those mist sunscreens. Easy switch here. Just go with mineral formulas that are in a cream formula that you can just apply onto the skin without having to mist it. And a tinted one is always better. Also make sure that your sunscreen filter is zinc and not necessarily titanium dioxide. And that's because zinc gives you broad spectrum protection. Titanium only protects from UVB. So you're still getting those aging rays that are the cause of wrinkles. They're still coming through. The next class of products I would avoid are aggressive peels or any type of over-exfoliation, microabrasions, anything granular on the skin. They cause a lot more harm, a lot more inflammation, and eventually can thin out your skin and promote hyperpigmentation. Another trend that's gaining steam, and I've been getting so many questions about it from my clients, is topical estrogen or using vaginal estrogen on the face. Estrogen is a hormone, you guys. In fact, when you start on birth control, that can be a trigger for melasma for so many people. And that's because of that high estrogen. It's very powerful. It doesn't mean we should skip hormone replacement therapy. I'm a huge advocate for it. It needs to be bioidentical hormones. I also prefer an estrogen patch that's going to support the entire body systematically, that's being monitored very, very closely by a talented professional. You need a practitioner that's trained in hormone therapy. You can't just go online and get one of those easily accessible estrogen creams. And you also want to start with slower doses, build in from there. All right, let's quickly talk about what to do instead of everything that I just listed. Well, we need to understand that age reversal is not a product, it's a practice, it's a lifestyle. Your collagen listens to your lifestyle more than a serum. So here is your anti-aging foundation. Eat enough protein, at least 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. Add in about 10 grams of wild-caught marine collagen every day. Lift weights, do resistance exercise, yoga, and walk every single day. Sleep 8 hours if you can, as if your life depends on it, because sleep regulates everything and it allows regeneration of damaged tissue. Reduce sugar and carbohydrate intake because glycation ages you faster than the sun. Take high-quality supplements that will keep you youthful, such as spermidine, collagen, one more time, omega-3 fatty acids, NMN, and magnesium. And of course, it goes without saying, use a clean skincare product that your body recognizes as nourishment, not as a punishment or a chemical experiment. So here's my challenge to you. Open your medicine cabinet tonight and count how many products are working against your skin. Pick up every single product, list or count how many ingredients are in there, and then just figure out what is the average ingredient number that you're using every day. And then Google some of them. And if you see ingredients you don't recognize, Google them. Google their safety. I'm actually working on a website. It's called the Beauty Doctrine Reviews. If you're ready to simplify, rebuild, or truly reverse aging from the inside out, hit the subscribe button and become a member at thebeautydoctrine.com. I have so many resources that I created that you can benefit from. Most of them are free. There are also paid courses. Together, we'll rewrite what anti-aging means. One barrier, one mitochondrion, one empowered woman at a time. Which ingredient or treatment do you think has secretly aged your skin the most? Tell me in the comments. Your story might just help someone else heal. Until the next video, be well, be safe, be beautiful. Take care.